This week on Charger Bulletin News, students hold vigil in honor of Joshua Goodart. COVID-19 affects students with chronic illnesses, and the first recharge day of the year is here. Coming up on Charger Bulletin News.
Hello and welcome to Charger Bulletin News. I'm Neva Bostic.
And I'm Kayla Muchler.
This past Friday, the Undergraduate Student Government Association held a candlelit vigil in honor of late university student Joshua Goodart. The vigil was led by USGA President Sophia Martinez and representative for the class of 2021, Amanda Pappas. University Chaplain Marty O'Connor led prayers with members of the Charger community. Friends of Goodart and Goodart's advisors also spoke at the vigil, with closing remarks from Dean of Students, Ophelia Rowe Allen.
In time of darkness, love sees. In times of silence, love hears. In times of doubt, love hopes. In times of sorrow, love heals. And in all times, love remembers. May time softens the pain until all that remains. Know that the Charger community is sending you their love. Once a Charger, always a Charger.
The service ended in silence as students placed candles around the Charger statue. The university still plans to award Goodart his degree posthumously during the spring commencement and will invite his parents as special guests. We continue to send our condolences to the Goodart family during this time.
The COVID dashboard remains in green for the 5th consecutive week. The number of positive cases has dropped by 2 from last week. The quarantine number dropped by almost 40 students. This number may fluctuate due to contact tracing. There are currently 17 students in isolation, including those who elect to stay in university-sponsored isolation housing. The COVID-19 task force reminds all students, faculty, and staff to wear a mask, wash hands often, and maintain social distancing while on campus.
The university has taken many precautions against COVID-19. But what about students who are chronically ill? The Charger Bulletin managing editor, Amanda Castro, is here with the latest.
While it is evident that COVID-19 can adversely affect anyone who contracts it, the risk is even deadlier for chronically ill and immune-compromised individuals. In a statement for the Charger Bulletin, University Health Services Medical Director Jill Benatowski confirms, quote, "We are still learning about COVID-19, and as you know, more information is distributed daily from the CDC, scientists, and medical centers from around the world. We have learned that patients with several medical conditions are at increased risk of more severe illness if they contract COVID-19, unquote. Illnesses such as cancer, chronic kidney disease, type 1 and type 2 diabetes, and sickle cell disease are among the many medical conditions that Benatowski refers to. There are a number of university students, faculty, and staff with chronic illnesses and immunocompromised systems. Benatowski mentioned that if students with these conditions contract the virus, health services will be sure to follow up with their care and monitor them for any progression of the disease. Amanda Castro reporting for Charger Bulletin News.
Thank you, Amanda. You can read more of Amanda Castro's story in the Charger Bulletin newspaper, both online and in newsstands around campus.
Let's check in on entertainment. Each week, Emily brings us the most up-to-date news in pop culture. This week, she's reporting from our brand new virtual set. What's in development for this week, Emily?
Thanks, Neva. Over the weekend, Bachelor host Chris Harrison announced he is stepping away from the show for a period of time after defending one of the contestants' alleged racist past. Harrison hosted over 25 seasons of the show. He plans to use this time to reflect and live up to the expectations you all rightfully have for me and the expectations I have for myself. It is unclear when Chris Harrison will return to The Bachelor. Starting March 12th, Marvel's new documentary show, Assembled, will be streaming on Disney+. This special goes behind the scenes of different Marvel series and movies, starting with the making of WandaVision. Fans will be able to take a look at behind the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. On Tuesday, Nintendo tweeted that their 50-minute Nintendo Direct live stream will take place. They will announce information on available games such as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and games coming to the Nintendo Switch in the first half of 2021. This will be the first Nintendo Direct event since September 4th, 2019. That's it for entertainment this week. Back to you, Neva.
Have you figured out who you're rooming with next year? Now's the time to start thinking. The room selection process has officially begun. Get ready to select your housing assignments for the 2021-2022 academic year. To be eligible for housing, you must, first, complete your online housing application on My Housing. Second, resolve any balances you have with One Stop. And third, submit your room deposit through ePay. All 3 steps must be completed by March 19th to be eligible. Complete all of these steps by February 26th for a chance to win your first housing preference for you and your roommates. And now it's time for Charger Sports. What's the latest news for athletics, Joe?
Thanks, Neva. It's been a quiet week in sports this week for our Chargers as they've continued to grind on the field when weather permits them to practice, with the anticipation of games starting in a few weeks. Now in pro sports, pitchers and catchers are reporting tomorrow to Arizona and Florida, and full teams will begin arriving next week. The first games are set to start on the 28th of this month, and opening day is set for April 1st, with some teams allowing fans to be in attendance for those games. That's all for sports this week. Back to you, Kayla and Neva.
Thanks, Joe. Can't wait to see our athletes play.
Get ready for Recharge Day. Enjoy a break from classes by attending any events hosted by the university. Make crafts with other students in the Bulletin Lounge from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Create your own air plants and paint your own Animal Crossing themed cookies while supplies last. Starting at 1:30, pick up some free s'mores at Jasmine's, located in Bartels Hall. You can also grab a snack pack from the Bixler Gerber Quad to go with your movie night. Lastly, join the Boombox live stream for a mashup of trivia and live DJ sets. Win a prize for finishing in first, second, or third place. Keep an eye on Charger Connection for more information and events. Well, that's all the time we have left for this week.
You can check out the latest edition of the Charger Bulletin newspaper on chargerbulletin.com.
Stay up to date by following us on social media at Charger Bulletin. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Neva Bostic.
And I'm Kayla Muchler. We'll see you next time on Charger Bulletin News.